Let's try this one more time.
Fernando, don't say anything.
Good day, everyone. It's Fernando. All right, so what we got going on in the install bay today is we have a Cadillac CT5.
Is it not an F-150?
It's not an F-150. And I thought it was a CTS, but that's actually a 5. I looked it up because that's what you do. This one is a non-labeled amplified system. How you can figure out if your car is... No, it's a 5. It's literally a 5. No, that is a 5. That is not an S. Anyways, how you can figure out if your car is a non-labeled amplified is, for one, there'll be no labels, and two, it'll have rear speakers in the back here that just play sub sounds, and it'll have a center channel. Otherwise, it's just a 4-channel. This car is basically a Camaro, okay? And that's a good thing, because the non-branded Camaros, not amplified non-branded Camaros, it's a variable voltage signal back to the amplifier. So what that means is we have 4 channels of 3 volts coming back here to this amplifier. Oh my gosh, that is so awesome. So we made our own new harness. So we have a harness that is going to give us our signal off to our amplifier. Then we have all our speakers tagged. But with everything that is golden, there is some price to be paid, because nothing comes in for free. The price to be paid is the door panel. This is just a piece of carpet, by the way. This is their sound treatment. It's going to go back in. I just put it there so we don't forget to put it back in.
Going to?
Yeah, put it back in, of course. Well, no, you're putting the phase plug in there.
Yeah, I can't put that thing.
Yeah, it's never mind. So just make sure we give it back to them.
Sure.
Add it to the top parts to go back. Anyways, so what we got going on is our basic sound treatment package here. This is getting a set of K2s. And what I mean by having to pay the price, so this is going to be, it's already got some sound treatment on it. There's sound treatment behind it. That's why that is black. It's getting a phase plug. We're going to use a 6x9 fast ring in here. But let me show you the door panel. So this is the door panel. And this is where the tweeter goes. So tweeter goes here, mid bass goes here. In this particular system, the tweeter and the mid bass are both on one channel. So this is channel 1, that is channel 2, it's channel tweeter center channel, and then so on and so forth. And so like there's 6.5s here in the back. And so the penalty for having a variable voltage, which I will gladly pay, is that we have to run tweeter wires. But fortunately, it's not as bad as it would think. This is actually super easy to run tweeter wires in. There's a big gaping hole to come through the door boot. So, not complaining. What I am complaining about is just getting to the factory radio, which is also up here in the passenger. Do you have the light? Is the light charging right there? Let me grab the light real quick. So, GM is they're just jerks. So here's the body control module. And this module is designed to sit right here. There's a really difficult bracket that goes and holds it here. But this right here, which all the wires are down here, this is the radio. So this is what's powering or attached to this screen that is right here. So the screen talks to this talks to the amp in the back. Yay! But to get to this, you have to pull out this bracket, which means you have to drop this thing down, and it's just really difficult to get to here. And it was easier to just pull the glove box out, because the glove box is only like 4 screws, 3 screws, 4 screws, 3 across the top, 1 on the bottom. Really? I know, strange. So you pull there's 1 screw here, but you do have to get the airbag out of the way. So you got to drop the airbag, then you can get to this screw, and then you can pull the whole thing out. It just makes it easier to get to this, because it's not so much crap in the way. There's no reason to drop this down. You just want to free up the room. And you don't want to unplug anything. So you don't want to unplug this or any of that. So it's just a matter of twisting and turning and bobbing and weaving. That is more like a Camaro. It's exactly like a Camaro, 100%. So what we figured out after doing all our testing is, for one thing, it does have ANC, which is fake noise, but that's coming from the amplifier. It's a purple blue wire in the back, which is really cool. So we were super excited, and we were looking at the signal, and we're like, oh my God, this thing just sucks. So we did all our testing, backup sensors, talking on the phone, everything, music, non-music, pink noise, just tested in the back, went crazy, tested everything in the back, figured out where our subs were. And then I'm like, we have the harness for, let's just test and see what's coming out of the front, out of the amp to the back here. And that's where we found out that it was variable voltage. So all the testing we did was cool, because now we know where the speakers are. And then we repinned the harness, made the new harness for the signal in the back. And Bob's your uncle, everything's cool. So, what's up, Jeff? So, let's talk about what's going in here, because that's always fun. First thing, he got a new set of the K2s with the frac tweeter. So, this is the factory speaker, okay? Which is actually the Camaro 6x9. So this is the guy here, and Matra makes this guy here, which is a really cool bracket. You know, so if you want to put a speaker in the Camaro or this is the bracket you would want. We used this to make our bracket because it was way easier to use than their bracket. Plus, the Metro bracket adds 2 screw provisions here and here, which we wanted to add into our bracket. So our bracket is made out of 3 pieces a 1/2 inch. And then it's all screwed together, rounded backside. For all you guys that are really sensitive about that, we rounded the backside so that you don't have to worry about any of the waves. So all the waves will be fine. And then we countersunk it in. So we went in, I don't remember how far we went in, but just enough. Now, there's still, when you compare it to this, as you see, there's still some space there. So this will get a fast string that's going to need it cut to about 1 inch. It'll come all the way around the outside here because it's a 6x9. So we want to make sure we use the 6x9 fast string, not the 6.5 inch fast string, because this is a 6x9 opening. We want to make sure that our fast string sits on this hole here, right?
Yeah.
That is so like weird.
Watching you.
It's me watching
me.
So,
but look, inside there.
Oh, it just goes on forever.
Yeah.
And
just
ever.
zoom in.
I don't want to. What's up, Brian? So anyways, we're adding the sound treatment to the back of the door panel right now, and that's cool. Which glasses do I have on? Let me change these. Okay, so all of this is going to get powered off of a Mosconi 8 to 10, and for the subwoofer, we're putting in a Rockford P500 powered subwoofer. So the 8 to 10 obviously has 8 channels of power, 10 channels out. We're going to be using the extra set of channels. He got a K2 Power M mid that is going to go where the factory center channel is. Because when we first looked at this system, we didn't know if we were going after the amplifier or before the amplifier. And so he was like, let's do a center channel. And I was like, let's do a center channel. So we're doing a center channel. What do you think about the JBL 3 speakers for a daily driver, no amp? Stage 3 speakers. I think Ada does a lot of the JBL stuff and really enjoys it. So I don't see any problem. Very nice amplifier. It is a very nice. What year caddy? This is a 2024 CT5. All right. Tech tip of the day, do all the testing. Test first, because we did all this testing in this car this morning, testing all the signal, using the IRTA2, seeing what's left, what's right, what's mid, what's going where. And then we found out doing more testing, because we tested the signal, that it had variable voltage. So what that meant for everyone involved is that we changed how the system was going to get hooked up, because if we would have gone into the back of the car, gone after the amplifier, we would have spent a ton of time de-EQing the system. When I tell you this is ruler flat coming out of that radio before the amplifier, it is sexy. Oh my God, is it sexy. So we don't have to do any of that stuff. This is like having an aftermarket radio in the dash. So testing is what it's all about. You show the power slim rail subwoofer, please. It's probably going to be one of the first videos we do when we get back from our vacation from the channel. So we're still working every day of the week. We don't actually get a vacation. We just take a break vacation from social stuff, with the exception of Instagram, because this doesn't take anything other than us talking to you. Mark Lynn's in the house. Okay, all right, so I've gone all the way back. I'm going to go all the way to the other end. Waiting for an install, and okay. Was the whole new speaker bracket design or remake of a previous Caddy? So this is, GM typically does this little clip here. When you go onto Metra and look for this part number, this is the bracket. This was for a Camaro. So this is a Camaro bracket. Will it work in any other car other than this? It just listed this in a Camaro. So probably not. The rear door router table update. So router table up. Obviously we got it cut. We got the metal things in, so this is all set and ready to go. We talked about that last week. Yeah, this morning I went to Lowe's and they had, mine is broke. I've had 2 or 3 of these over the years. The pad always breaks. This was on sale for Christmas. So I got a smoking deal. It was like $30 off. So I think this was like $40. Maybe $40? I don't know. So we bought this so I could sand the top. And then I bought a bag of goodies, because you always got to have a bag of goodies. LX7 channel. We bought some lacquer to put on top of it. Bought some sanding discs. I already had some from the previous one. I bought a really silly brush for this. Clear silicone, because we need to silicone the metal plates in place. And then I got white silicone, because apparently we have to, the buckets are siliconed in place. And if I didn't have enough, this is like $9 a tube. This is like $4 a tube. So if I ran out of this, then I'm just going to switch to the cheap stuff, because I don't want to spend $20 on silicone. And then the last thing I got was some putty, because there are some spots. Like there's a spot right here where there's a hole. So I want to fill that in flat. I think there's like another one right here. So before I sand it, I'm going to patch those in. Oh, and there's another one. So there's one here, there's one here. So we'll fill all those in and get it sanding. Have the same sander. I hope it's good. I mean, it's Bosch. The other thing we figured out too while we were talking is we were debating on, because we actually have 3 routers that we use, which are the main router here, which has always got a quad bearing spiral cut bit on it. This is our number one go-to. We use it for everything. We have this little round over in here that we use for just rounding off everything that we do. And then this is the whatever it needs to be. So most of the time, like when you see us countersink in a speaker, it's this big, this guy right here, Mobile Solutions. This guy is, this is it. So we were talking about, and what we decided to do is we're gonna get rid of this, and we're just gonna put, because I bought these, the Mobile Solutions micro bits, and that one was supposed to be replaced by this one, because this one has a bearing. This one is so cool. So the plan now is we're gonna get rid of this for right now. We're gonna move this guy, because this is the old guy, so this is like the OG. You can see this one's well used. I actually have a brand new one that has never been used sitting right here. Never even turned this thing on. They've discontinued the router since we put this in. It has never, ever, ever been turned on. So we're gonna take this one, because it matches that one, and we're gonna put it into this location. So we'll have 2 matching routers, and we'll take that one, and we'll let it sit over there for a little while.
So we might have to charge the battery.
We're definitely gonna have to charge the battery in that one. 2021 Grand Cherokee Alpine system. Amp Pro works, but the screen is black and won't work with the Amp Pro. Any suggestions? First, make sure the Amp Pro is up to date. Make sure there's no software up-to-dates. That might be a software issue.
How you can check?
You can go to pack-audio.com. Secondly, call. That's something you need to call on. Because usually, you call Pack Tech Support. Because usually something like that is something stupid. Like, it's just like, not saying you did something stupid. It's usually just like, hey, have you tried this? Have you tried that? Oh, this update fixes that. So make sure it's updated. And if none of that works, and it's just like, oh man, no joy, get rid of it and go buy an AR. So you get an AR2. You can buy a DSR1 with the same AR harness, or you can buy an AR with a PSM Pro. PSM Pro, right? The little one, PSM Pro. So you got PSM Pro with AR and a harness. You got just the AR2 with the harness, or you got a DSR1 with the AR harness only. There's 3 options. But I would call them. Something like that, you immediately call and go, hey man, the screen's not working. Usually they've seen something like that before and they can walk you through whatever it needs to be done.
Yeah.
Oh, I just waved to somebody. How cool is that? So I'll take the old one, please. No, I'm not getting rid of it. I'm just moving it over to here. I don't want, dude, that thing was freaking expensive.
I mean, you still have routers over there for
I still got 3 routers here. We got rid of 4.
What is that, like what? 60 years ago?
Damn.
Oh, no?
No, I mean, one of them I got, I think, when I was in high school.
Okay,
I think
so
30 years. One of them is at least 30 years old. It's got to be at least 30. Maybe it's probably older than 30. Well, yeah, it's definitely older. It's like
let's
34.
give it 40.
No, it's not 40. Ford F-150 BO head unit, able to power rear speakers. So, depending on the area of the BO system in the F-150, the factory radio is designed to do certain things. And they're actively crossed over. And you can't, like, once you pull the amplifier out, those services go dead. Because what it does is it goes from the radio back to the amplifier, back from the amplifier up to the radio. It uses a whole digital bus thing. So, as soon as you remove the amplifier, those options go dead. So, if you're doing the BO harness, an A to B harness, then no. I'll pay shipping. I'm not getting rid of it, man. I paid like $300 for that. Dude, this is the gold premium one. Yeah. This is the nice one, man. This has like all gold and red parts. Like, no, hell no, I'm not getting rid of that. Bro, I got a house too that I could put tools in. I'm not giving stuff away. Like, I give enough shit away. Do you pre-drill PVC? Yes, always. I pre-drill everything, definitely. Unless it's a really tiny screw, in which case, no. I'll just use I'll just put it in. But yeah, I like all my plastics. I like to pre-drill, just to clear out the stuff, just to make the hole easier to go into. But yeah. So I didn't show you this. We got sidetracked. So the tweeters for the door. So these are the new Frac K2 tweeters. These things are gigantic. This is the new Frac tweeter. This is, I can't see it from there. See, you can see this. So this is more like a mid-range. This has a big voice coil. It's not just a standard tweeter. As you can see, this thing is ginormous. I mean, this thing is huge. So this is the Frac K2 tweeter. You can see the surround in there. Like, how awesome is that? It's not Kevlar anymore, so this uses the colored, so this uses the metal that is in the flax. So this is K2 Frac. This is a K2 Power M Frac tweeter. This is the bracket we made. It's 2 pieces of acrylic. Got 1/4 inch for the mount, and then there's a 1/16 inch piece on the back that this drops into, because they have this little toothed ring that holds the speaker in place. So the tweeter is countersunk, and then this foam, when this goes up against the door, this sits perfectly into the mount. So we'll have, and then Fernando added on some little plugs to it. There's no wiring on this tweeter. And a word to the wise, if you're going to do the new Frac tweeter, before you mount it, you have to look on the basket. Hang on, I'll show you. You have to look on the basket right right there is your negative, and then if we flip it around, there is your positive. So make sure to check that before you mount it in place, or you just use a polarity checker and then you figure it out. The other thing too is where that stripe right there seems to be where positive is. It's the same way on the mid-range too. Can BO speakers be upgraded without doing anything else? So, I mean, could you? Listen, it's your world. Of course you can. Is it gonna sound better though? Probably not. Probably not.
And why?
You know, why would, I mean, the speakers are cheap. There's no question about it. The speakers are cheap.
And I'm guessing the factory actually tunes the system for those factory speakers.
Well, they do.
You put in a different speaker, it's not gonna sound the same. I mean, I don't know.
Okay, so this is always the juice and the squeeze. Is the juice worth the squeeze? You know, what were you planning on upgrading it to? You know what I mean? Because there again, it's pre-tuned. BO now has been around for a while, so if it's an older BO system that has 2 channels of audio, meaning tweeter, mid-bass, the mid-bass in the door is a pretty substantial mid-bass, like it is almost a subwoofer. Probably not going to get the performance out of it, out of an aftermarket driver, because it's going to have a bigger magnet, it's going to need more power, so it might not sound as boomy. The tweeter might sound better. Tweeter probably would sound better because the factory tweeter is kind of
maybe not,
but maybe not. It depends on what the equalization is that they've done to it. You know, prime example of that, we did a we did the Titan factory Titan last week, and the signal coming out of the radio, it has 2.5-inch middlers in the top of the dash.
It was fantastic.
When you looked at what that was doing coming out of the top of the dash, what the 2 channels were doing for that, there was such a boost on that side. If you were to put a tweeter in there, it would be like 10 times louder because it's a tweeter, and they put a lot of boost in that. But the speaker itself can't produce those signals, so they amplified it to try to force the issue. So now you put a tweeter in there without equalization, the tweeter's going to just sound like, holy Jesus, ow, you know. So yeah, it's tough. We typically don't recommend it. Do you ever use a Forum K2? Is there a sound difference?
The new one?
No, they're all 2 ohm except for the M. The M is 2 ohm.
The
No, that's why it's K. That's why it's 2.
I don't know.
It's K2, Kevlar 2 ohm. That's where the K2 comes from, not the Mountain. Does Kicker have anything like the Rockford T110? So that would be the Q class. Would be the closest thing to that, I believe. So yeah, I would look at the Q class, Comp Q. In the situation, would you have 2 different polarities for speakers? In what situation would you have 2 different polarities for speakers?
From the factory?
So if you mean like if I had 2 3.5s in the dash, the driver's was positive, the passenger was negative, Chrysler does that from the factory. All the other speakers are in polarity. When you put that one speaker out of polarity, it does some weird stuff that kind of gives you, like, draws the sound into the center of the car, which works for them because all the other speakers are in polarity, so they all stay where they're supposed to. So where the vocal range is, they've done like a really poor man's time delay and center channel. Most people now just switch to all pass filters and they'll do specific frequencies, not the whole speaker. And so an all pass filter will do select frequencies that are 180 degrees or 90 degrees or whatever, depending on which all pass filter, 1 or 2 that you use, to kind of do the same thing. There's a couple tracks that you can download, like My Disc is one of them from Sheffield Labs, that'll say in phase, out of phase. And that's a really good way for you to hear what that does. So if you just want to hear like what does that sound like when I have two speakers out of phase and I know they're in phase, instead of going and flipping two wires, you just give it a go. The other time where that might be important, where you do polarity switch to cause the speaker to be out of phase, would be, let's say, front and rear. Speakers are doing weird things in the back of the car, and by the time they get up to your head, they've gone 180 degrees, and it just sounds weird up front, and you flip the rears, and it's like all of a sudden everything straightens itself out, and you're like, oh, okay, that could happen with delay sometimes, in which case you'll flip the rears out of polarity with the front, which will in turn put them back in phase. So phase is a product of time switching what it's doing when it gets to your ear. Polarity is a flipping of positive negative at the speaker, meaning you're physically screwing it up. You could have something that is in polarity but out of phase by the time it gets to you.
What?
I know, that sucks. It happens. The new FTX Thunder TH series is on pre-order. They look sharp. I haven't seen them yet. I'm excited though. So the no-brand audio in the Caddy is easier to upgrade than the Bose system. Yes, 100%. That's the takeaway. Yes. 3 more days till Christmas vacation. I'm off for 17 days.
What?
Bobby's the man.
Really?
Dude,
17
dude,
days?
city job, bro, or state job.
Wow.
Gotta do that. 10-time multiplier. What was the question? In that situation, would you have two different... Okay, and what situation... Okay, got that. Yeah, so that was a lot of fun, right? Maybe. I don't know. I'm just excited that... I don't know, so tonight, because we're not doing the show, so no show tonight, guys. I'll be going Christmas light watching with the girls. Yeah, so we're gonna go drive around in the Vert and look at lights, the pretty lights.
Are you taking the convertible?
Yeah, the Vert. Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah! Why would you not take it?
I don't know.
It's hot out.
You don't like to drive your car?
I don't like to have people in my car. I like to drive my car. Yeah, no, we'll take the convertible.
Wow. Yeah. You gotta take a picture because this is the first time.
No, it's not. We did it last year. It's okay. We did. Yeah, Christmas lights in the convertible is fantastic.
Yeah.
When it's cold, it sucks. But tonight, it's going to be great because it's like got up to 80 today. Yeah. Question on the RAM polarity flashes off head unit when I amplify everything. Should I rephase to blink green? Also on subwoofer, should polarity be the same phase as everything else? Leave everything the way it is from the factory. So Chrysler's just pop red. Just leave them that way. The subwoofer, yeah, you can play with that to see if flipping it in and out does help. So in some cases it does. In other cases it makes no difference at all. So depends on the volume in which you're playing the subwoofer. So give it a go. See if there's no difference, just leave it alone. But give it a try. Thanks for the full description of the polarity question. That was awesome. Let me tell you what. So years ago when we started talking about polarity and phase, because when I was younger, when I was a wee young tyke in the car audio world, anytime you'd hook up a subwoofer backwards, you'd say you had it out of phase. And then I had some audio guy, because, you know, YouTube's a fun place to be, and he, like, went off on me going, you don't know that. And I'm like, dude, chill out. So, he was right, but it was just because that was what we called it. That was an industry slang term, and he wasn't privy to the industry slang term of when you wire up a subwoofer, you call it out of phase. It was out of polarity, but let's be honest. When you say, bro, your subs are out of polarity, or bro, them subs out of phase, that sounds way cooler. And I think that's why that took off. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just heard that.
Well, I mean, it sounds like, hey, man, just want to let you know those subs are out of polarity, man. That's why they're moving wrong.
It's backwards.
Yeah, it's backwards, bro. It's backwards. There again. So, you know, like anything else, you do a ton of research, you figure out where you went wrong, and then you do more research, and then you know what the hell you're talking about. And then you go into a car, screw it up a bunch of times so you can fix it, and go, oh, I understand now.
Nah, that's what they
Now it makes sense. Yeah, because I really, like, my original employer years ago, there again, when I was younger, he could sit in the room and, we'd wire up 20 speakers in a display board, and he'd be A-B, and you go, those are backwards. He could sit there and rock back and forth. He'd do this rock, and I'd be like, what are you doing? What do you hear? And I'd be like, he's like, yeah, it's just wrong. Just pop it with a battery, because we didn't have a cool polarity tester back in the 90s. And yeah, sure enough, they'd be wrong. And I'd be like, I don't know what you're listening for.
That's cool, man.
Yeah,
that's
well,
cool.
because
but you're the same way now.
Oh yeah, but now I know what to listen for. Now exactly. But now
it's not right.
There again, he never said what he was listening for. What he was listening for is the center image. It would pull left or it would pull right, and it would sound wrong. He didn't know either. He just knew what it sounded like when it was wrong from the home audio side of things. So he would just be like, yeah, but there again, you learn. That's what we do. 30 plus long times of years in this, and you pick up on little things. Cool with a K. MTX has a 5-channel with sub-channel and a 6-channel full range.
Wow.
Oh, that's cool. Listen, I'm excited. Supposedly they got a big announcement they're going to be doing next year.
Did they go into Nospress?
No, I think they're going to MasterTech. 5-channel goes to 1 ohm on the sub-channel, 2. Woo!
Very good.
Everything's got to do 1. DSP for the Caddy. Sorry, curious, because I just finished a full system, my GF ATS complete nightmare. See, this one is not a nightmare. This one is actually good for us. But no, we are doing a Mosconi 8 to 10. So essentially we're going to be doing this guy right here in there. It's going to power all the 6 speakers plus the center. So that'll be that. And then for bass, we're doing this guy, which is the Rockford P500 500 watt amplified subwoofer. So that'll come out of the 8 and 9 channel on this, which isn't 8 and 9 or 9 and 10. It's weird how their configurations are weird, but either way, it sounds amazing. So I'll put up with it. But no, this will be the sub guy here. But yeah, no, so super simple. Oh, and then for the rear doors, which as soon as I'm done with this talking to you, I gotta knock those out today so I can get working on the amps tomorrow. Remember how we talked the other day about rear speakers? We've been talking a lot about rear speakers, and I said it never fails that anyone does K2 power. They always, they do K2 power. What do they buy? K2 power, baby. So we're doing some K2 power 6.5-inch coaxials in the rear. Didn't I say that the other day? I said, I don't know what it is about K2 power, but like flax, no, slate fiber, morels, but K2 power will always do K2 power in the rear, and no difference. So we got some K2 power 6. These things are sexy, by the way. Like, these things are so sexy. Like, yeah, look at that. Ooh, sexy. Sexy, sexy. Still has a Kevlar tweeter though. So, good deal there. So these will be going in the rear. They're going in the rear doors. So this has rear deck speakers and rear door speakers. We are going to be pulling the rear deck out, getting the rear speakers out of the rear deck so that the subwoofer that goes into the trunk has some holes. See these obnoxious things here? So those will come out, and we'll be able to feed, when we put our sub into this, that's where all the air will come through. So it'll breathe into the car with those 2 nice big holes to get some air into the car. The other thing too that we didn't talk about is this piece right here is going to be modified, which you'll see tomorrow. This will be modified, and the amplifier is going to go here. That's the battery. And this is just a harness. This was our test harness, so this needs to go back on my bench. So, but yeah, that's what's happening. Dodge Ram 1500 sub makes noise even when car is off. Did you bypass the ANC, automatic noise canceling? If there's a module underneath your driver's front seat, silver box that looks like an amplifier, that needs to be bypassed. pack-audio.com will have a ANC bypass harness for you. It just needs to be plugged in, super easy. I would test that. Or if you used a crappy high level to low level, like inexpensive high level to low level adapter, that could also try it too. So I would check those 2 things, as long as both subs are in sync, not opposite. It doesn't sound good either, Bobby, but good try. Good try. Would be a sync. Yep, I have 5-star polarity tester signal by DN signed. Oh, you got it. Yeah, that's right. You got the signed one. Those answers are why I come to your channel on Instagram and YouTube. Appreciate the education. I appreciate the questions. Keeps me on my toes. Remember that time I kidnapped you guys? That was Bobby. Dude, that was a blast, man. It sucks that was the last Knowledge Fest in California because we really enjoyed that one. Do you prefer to make your own rack or have one pre-made F-150? So we make our own. If I was gonna buy one, I'd head over to Sounds Good Car Stereo. Have the guys there, Sage and the boy, make their amp rack. It's fantastic. I love it. It's made out of really nice stuff. But this is ours. This is our template that we use. So it doesn't matter to me. Like, we've had customers. That's why we know theirs is so good, because we've had customers bring theirs in. They're like, I bought this one. I go, oh, cool. I don't care. You know, whatever. I'm not. It's a piece of plastic. I really don't care. But they make theirs is Sage. Just he goes too far. He's so good. Just so annoying.
You go the extra mile.
He's
2 miles.
He goes 2 miles. Sage makes them. Yes. Well, actually, they have a big CNC machine that makes them. But, you know, semantics. Dude, had my hip replaced last Wednesday. Just came out of physical therapy appointment to see you're live. It's a good day.
I hope you...
Well, man, good luck with that. You know, don't let it get infected, because that's what sucks. So I'm told. But mobility is king. That is for sure. Thank you. I'll change it out to an LC7i Pro. Okay. If we're talking about the Dodge Ram, forget all that. Get the Pack Audio Sub Pro. Okay. The Sub Pro is just like an Amp Pro. Okay. Time out. Okay. Never mind. In order to use the Sub Pro, you have to have the Alpine system. So if you don't have the Alpine system, then yes, get the LC7i Pro. But don't get the LC7i Pro. Spend the extra $100. Get the Epicenter Micro. Now, you might be saying, well, I don't want an Epicenter because screw it. You want one because you're dealing with that factory signal, and that factory signal sucks. You use the Epicenter to fix that. Or, I mean, that's if you just want to go audio control. Really, the good money would be just get the key lock from Kicker and let it do its de-equalization, and that'll give you the best signal. The Epicenter Micro will give you the funnest signal, though, and we're all about fun. So, yeah, I know, Dodge, there's so many options. It's almost ridiculous, and everybody always does it wrong. It's sad. It really is. What's up, players? Trust me, bro, my wife has been watching for infections every day. I know, man, dude. I've heard some horror stories about that. Ugh. Plus, hospitals are just disgusting. Like, really? Oh yeah, dude. MRSA. That's Ugh. Yep, Kicker for the win. Bobby, you're so predictable. But that's what we love about you. What else we got? Okay, so it's 5:20. We're no show tonight. Again, no show tonight. We're done with the YouTubes until next year. It's Christmas, man. Got to do Christmas stuff. Epicenter Micro. It is. Thank you. Yeah, get the Micro. It's so much fun, and you get the dual bass knob. Oh yeah. Okay, so. Oh, but also check to make sure if you have that silver box underneath your driver's seat, you still need to bypass that. So get the ANC bypass from Pack. You're freaking out. You gotta stop. You're gonna be fine. You're going to be fine. You're taking your vitamins. You're saying your prayers. You're gonna be fine. Is Kenwood coming out with new radios next year? I can neither confirm nor deny whether Kenwood is coming out with new radios next year. However, Kenwood did contract us to talk about new stuff next year. We're going to be teaching a big class at Knowledge Fest. Probably another one at MasterTech. I'll be doing one in Canada. I don't know why they'd spend all that money if they weren't coming out with something new. But I don't know. But stay tuned. There'll be a fan. They're going to come back as sponsor of the Clean Wire Club. Because, anyways, moving on. Hopefully Santa brings me a Fernando fuse holder. I mean, we could probably put him in a box and ship him. He's pretty small. He'd be lightweight. He'll make you one right there. Yeah. You know, it would be no big deal. No biggie. So, we're going to wrap it up here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hope you guys have a wonderful night. Do some Christmas stuff. Watch some Christmas movies. That's what I'll be doing. I'll be listening to Christmas music, looking at some Christmas lights. Fred Flintstone style. Gay old time. You guys have a wonderful night. Bye.
Bye, guys.
You didn't notice new shoes today, did you?
Huh?
I know, they're so shiny.
Shiny.
Well, I went to put on the other... They're the same shoes. They're just new. But I went to put on this morning, and there was a hole about the size of a dime in the bottom of it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I guess I should swap them out. I've had these for like months, but you know, I'm milking them for all they're worth.
For all the what?
Yeah, gotta milk it for all it's worth, right? So, I don't know. Cheap, I guess. Evening, gents. How's everybody doing? Nice shoes. Yeah, no, nobody likes these. Like, literally everyone is like, oh my God! And it's like, dude, relax. They're just shoes. They're just shoes. Fernando has on his Knight Rider headband there. Getting it done. He's running the tweeter wire. This is the tweeter wire for the CT5 that is mounted in the door. That is really like the last speaker that hasn't gone in is the driver's door. This guy right here. The Frack. K2 Power M Frack. Look at that thing. It's so big. Anyways, rear doors went in earlier today. They went in. Center channel went in earlier today. It's funny. So the center channel in this car is this guy right here. But it looks just like this guy right. So if I hold him just like this, you would assume, right? Same speaker? No, yes, no. Oh, no, this one's smaller. So when I went to design it, I thought it was this because I was like, oh, it's the same thing. And then I was like, wait, the measurements are totally off. And so, yeah, had to redesign it. That's what she said. I know, right? He likes them. I like them. So anyways, the center channel went in. Not a hitch. Nice and simple. Basically, it turned out being the exact same I mean, dude, it was funny. It's the exact same mount that we built for the tweeter, where it has two pieces of acrylic, 1/4 inch on top, 16th inch on the bottom, and the speaker mounts to the 16th inch. This is just to space it down so you have room. Same piece of foam. Yeah, went in no problem. So it was really nice there. Called and talked to Nick Wingate about the center channel, how to set it up with the Mosconi software. Because we've done rear effect, but we've never done the center channel effect. As it turns out, it's actually really cool and fairly simple to do. So, are you guys going to put up a voice of Cadillac CT5 on YouTube? A video, I think, is what you meant. No, this is not a videoed car. Fortunately, no. I know. Christmas week, man. Wrong week. But I will, if you have questions, feel free to ask. But we're going to show you some of the stuff. So this is getting the Mosconi. I say Morel because this show is brought to you by Morel, but this is a Mosconi. Starts with an M, totally screws me up. So this is a Mosconi 8 to 10. How it is broke up, because this is fun. The way the plug is designed is a little bit different than everybody else. So channel 1 is going to be center channel. 2 is going to be nothing, because it's just a mid bass. 3 and 4 are tweeter. 5 and 6 are mid bass. Now on the Mosconi, 7 and 8 are this RC output. So 7 and 8 are going to be subwoofer, and 9 and 10 are going to be rear. And I know what you're thinking. Oh my God, that makes absolutely no sense. Like if you listen to the Car Stereo talk with Brian and myself, where we talked about how to properly set up the numbers and how everything is supposed to go, that makes absolutely no sense. And you'd be right. But the cool thing about what we just said is check out the software. So there again, the software. So I can label this. So this is going to be tweeter. This is mid bass. This is rear. This is center, and this is sub. So it moves it around here so that you're not like jumping all over the page. So it reorganizes things. It knows the front needs to be on top. It knows the rear needs to be rear, and it knows the sub needs to be this. So it takes care of all that for you. So it saves you the heartache of trying to figure out what the heck is going on. But once you come over and turn on channel control, this will allow you to add in the center channel effect. And then if I come over here to center, and let's get rid of this. What did I turn on here? Let's turn off that. I turned on one of these. Hold on. Okay, enter. Okay, go away. So this guy right here is now my center channel effect. So as I move this slider up and down, it's going to increase and decrease the effect that this channel 1 is having. So that ought to be, I can't wait to play. Now we haven't relabeled any of these. This was literally just talking to Nick at Focal and Mosconi about how to set this up. And the key is turning on coming over here to remote control and turning on channel control. So once you turn on channel control, it opens up this whole pane over here that I didn't even know existed. And now you have center and you have free. And so this, we're gonna select free for our sub because we're using channels 8 for our subwoofer and not channel 7. The reason why we did that is because these two share an EQ, this one right here. And so now I can use this whole EQ for center and this whole EQ for subwoofer if I want to. It's pretty crazy, right? Who's gonna do that? Who needs all that adjustment? Do you need that much adjustment? I don't know. But anyways, that's pretty cool. Learned something new today. I was super excited about that. Apparently Nick just did it himself too, so he was happy to share it with me. He's like, dude, you gotta call me back. I go, let's just do it now. What's subwoofer? Good question. So this is getting the Rockford P300. This is the cable for it right here. So how this is gonna work is, so wiring on this, all right, let me show you the subwoofer before I get too far into it. So this is the subwoofer here. It's the amplified P300 Rockford 12. It's ported, it's 500 watts. It's got the amplifier built into it, so this is super easy to take in and out of the vehicle. So they needed something that was portable, I think, or just simple, and it's both. So anyways, the power routes itself around this way, and here in the back of the car is where all of the power wire is coming, and then it comes over here to the fuse distribution block. So instead of using a conventional style fuse holder, we're not underneath the hood, we're actually in the back here where the battery is. We decided to go with just a regular style fuse distribution, made a cool panel that's contoured to this, screwed it into place, and then there's this input right here that the power wire will come in and attach to this bolt right here. Ground wise, look at these sexy ground points. We have factory ground points located here. We have factory ground points located here. Oh, so cool. This is the main battery ground point. So I could have gone there, but it just made sense to do what they did. So we used their factory ground points. It's really nice. Now, one of the things we did when looking at the amplifier, like if you look at the amplifier, you'll see this ABS here. And if you look at the floor, you can kind of see that if I go like that, this is higher than this. So we cut the floor out. You can see right here where we cut the floor out. And ooh, there's the fire truck, fire stations. So we cut the floor out and put a piece of ABS from underneath. Okay, it still screws into place, and mounted the amplifier in. Here's our signal zip tied in, and then we cut a hole in the back of the foam here. That way we could get a nice bit of room over the top of the amplifier so the fan can do all the fan stuff that it needs to. So we wanted to make sure we gave it the most amount of space in this location. Oh, hang on, put my cloth back over it. So yeah, there we go. So there's the amplifier. Yep, and that's the factory power wire. So ours will just go right in there. And there's a cover for it that sits over that. All right, let's see. Mail call. Oh, nice. Video. Yep. Okay. Does Mosconi software work on Mac? No. I know, right? There's only two pieces of software that work on a Mac: audio control and jail audio, and both of them are questionable. Yeah, it really sucks. So I have to carry around this HP thing that I absolutely hate. And the button's broke on it, so it makes it even worse. What up, D-Money? Question about sound deadening. What size thickness do you recommend for treating the door? And would you use a thinner one for the door card? Actually, truth be told, we use the thicker one for the door card because it has the most amount of potential to be crazy, and it's just chintzy plastic. He hasn't done this one yet, but this whole area here will get treated next, and for that we'll be using the Ultimate, which is butyl, metal, and foam. So this is the thicker of the two, and then for the door we use, what is that called? Stealth? No. Stealth, which is the same thing as this minus the foam. So, and then we put the fast rings in the back and all that other fun stuff. So okay, let's see what we got here. If somebody is screening regarding this, please send it to me. So all these videos get re-released on Mondays on YouTube. So yesterday's video, today's video, they'll all be re-released. So if you want to rewatch any of the Instagram stuff, we always put it as one big video and do a recap video on Monday, so that you can download it, watch it, do whatever you want with it on YouTube. So as long as it all fits and doesn't cause the door card to not go back on. Well, I mean, there again, you have to apply a little bit of intelligence when putting on sound treatment, right? Okay, so here are these pieces right here, right? So this, obviously, we're not going to put sound treatment here. That would be silly. And we know by looking at the door panel that, with the exception of this one, that all of this stuff, but we have this big, so when we come over to the door, if you're doing sound treatment and you look like this hole here, and then you got this hole here, and you got, so you know that you need to stay away from these holes. So you're going to concentrate on this area here. Now, our good friend Marty Adams-Check from Canada, he likes to take tape, and before he takes the door panel off, he will tape this whole area, like he'll tape all along here so that he knows not to go past that. I like to just stay to the inside of my clips so that I don't go past that, because you don't want to be able to, not get that back on. That would suck, right? Or if you have cheap crap that you get off of Amazon, it might leak when it heats up, or it'll just smell like roofing material. Happy Tuesday from Mike. Got it, thanks. Mail come today? I have no idea. How was the Christmas lights? The Christmas lights were fantastic. Learned something new today, that Fernando had never heard the word ditto before, because I was explaining there's this really cool house where the guy makes all his own Christmas lights, and it's like all RGB, and it's so bright, and it's fantastic. And his neighbor has this RGB sign, which I'm assuming he probably made, that just has arrows that point over to that house, and it says ditto. And he was like, I don't know what that means.
What the heck is ditto?
And he didn't know. But oh, what's up? Jeff in the house. What do you
Bass knob?
Bass knob?
Yeah.
It's sitting on my desk. My desk is a mess right now. Hey, today is brought to you by
MorelHiFi.com. MorelHiFi.com is the place that you can find some car audio for your car. It's silly, right? Yes. Go to MorelHiFi.com, get some stuff. You can get sound treatment in there too.
They do have sound treatment.
So if you like that logo, the beautiful half moon, quarter moon,
half moon. It's got 3 half moons.
Sure.
It's radiating sound.
It's nice. They have the same material that you can use. So
they do have sound treatment.
Go to MorelHiFi.com, and I like the logo, so it looks so nice. MorelHiFi.com, here on Instagram, Morel_America, and on Facebook, Morel America Inc. You gotta go and like the page because they have a lot of stuff in there.
Okay, so speaking of a lot of stuff, it's mere weeks from Christmas.
What?
And it's mere weeks from Christmas. Your loved one comes to you and says, I need some speakers in my car.
Yes.
What are you getting for? What are you getting for your loved one?
Dude, That would be bad because I would buy speakers for me.
Yes.
And it's like, oh, honey, they don't fit. Man, let me see if in my car fit. Oh, it fits in my car. Don't worry, I get you the other ones. Done.
So what would you buy her?
I would buy her. It depends what kind of car you have, but right. But
well, you want them for your car, so what would you get?
I would get the hybrids.
So you're going full hybrid for Christmas?
100%.
Really?
Yes, full hybrid, three
so
ways.
when you put them in your car, what are you going to get her now?
We get some Tempo Ultras.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, you'll spring for the Tempos over the Maximos?
Why not? Something nice.
Yeah.
Tempo Ultras. Yeah. You get the 9-inch. Ooh.
Well, that's in the Elite.
I mean, you can get the 9-inch.
Okay. Okay. Anyways, there we go. Your installations are fire. Let's hope they don't catch on fire. That's never. Got cheap. Noise, sound deadening. Hasn't melted or moved or oozed. Nothing. Hey, you know what? And that's what we call you're lucky. In there again. Some stuff does, some stuff doesn't. There are some hidden gems out there that don't suck.
Yeah.
But usually they smell. It happens. It happens. I mean, trust me, we've put in a whole bunch of stuff for a whole bunch, people come in with their stuff.
Yeah.
Some of it has been good and some of it has not been good.
Let me show you this.
Oh, Fernando wants to show us something. For example,
you have this beautiful 2024 Cadillac. You're expecting the best, right? Because it's a Cadillac. Cadillacs are the best. But not. Look what they put for sound treatment. I don't know what they did. I don't know. It's just... Right, you see the mold?
The mold?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's totally
Look at that.
Yeah.
That was a 2024.
There's mold in the door.
Can you imagine in 3 or 4 years?
Oh, dude, that is going to be like some wet paper towel.
That's just crazy.
Dude, that is crazy.
So, if you have a Cadillac...
And your car starts to stink in 2 years? Or a year?
You know what's the problem. So, just go there and it's like, dude, you guys messed up my car. No, yes, you did. Right there. I have a video. Didn't Fernando show me? So, look at that, man. It's just...
You would think it would be like anti-corrosive and shit like that.
This is just a regular carpet.
I know.
On the door. So,
yeah.
And it goes in here. So, remove it and put a real sound treatment in there.
Yeah. Good job, Fernando. Good job. And of course, the customer gets all that stuff back because we don't.
Yeah, no, maybe.
Yeah, we all put it in a box and make sure you breathe it. You guys make me happy. Well, you make us happy. Fernando, what's up with the hair? All right. So as you got to remember, he's been wearing this thing all day. So his hair is just like out of control.
What happened with my hair?
Dude, it's just, you look like a little kid that's just like...
My hair is nice.
Now you're an angel.
I always been an angel.
You are an angel.
I came here to save you.
You did. I get what I want from my car and give her the old ones. Ooh. If you want to make someone mad, use 3M double-sided tape for door cards. Have anyone experience this? No, I think the thing that makes us the most irritated is when they replace the window and they glue the headliner to the windshield.
Oh my God, dude.
That's the best.
I mean, if you know somebody that replace windshields, it's like, hey, man. I actually talked to the guys when they replaced mine.
Right.
They replaced mine. I'm like, please, man, just don't glue the headliner. He's like, oh, no, I don't know why people do that. And I'm like, yeah.
So you guys recommend Stinger, Ground Zero, and who else? So most of the stuff out there is pretty good, right? It's all good. If you're interested in knowing more about sound treatment, I strongly recommend you head over to Nick Apicilla's page, which is the Resinex. He's tested. He does all the testing. I don't. For us, we use the Stinger. The Stinger's good stuff. There's Sound Shield, Sound something. There's Shake and Beat, and everyone sells some sound treatment. Nick's sound treatment. He goes the extra mile to try to figure out what makes this stuff better, how well it works. If you really want to know, go read his stuff and watch his videos because he does a great job. Like, I don't want to know that much about sound treatment, and he does a good job. We'll probably get him on at some point and have him show everybody what to do. Thoughts on Kill Matt? You know Kill Mat. You love the Kill Mat stuff, right?
Well, I mean, they kill you, that's for sure.
Yeah. Flood vehicle? No, this is not a flood vehicle. This is not a flood vehicle. Dude, we live in Florida. We get a lot of rain.
Yeah.
Get a lot of rain. Now he has 5 head. Oh wow! Instead of a 4 head, you have a 5 head.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
That's so bad.
Like it.
That's so bad. Redneck seems like snake oil to me.
Uh-huh.
Hey, in there again. Give it a go. You know, if it does, it is. I mean,
And if it works.
you know, Nick is an excitable guy. I like him. I trust his stuff. I have it myself. Whatever, you know. LOL, snake oil comment. Yes, Lance, you know, I know, right? Yep. Lost the feed. It's back. Feed is back. We lost it for a second. And it came back. And then it went away. And then, either way, it is Tuesday, guys.
That's it.
And we're going to call it a night because it's 6 o'clock. I just wanted to come on and show you the progress on the Cadillac, let you know where we're at. So tomorrow, we're going to get this thing buttoned up, get it tuned up, sounding great. Really, the only thing we have left to do on this tomorrow is...
Just finish it.
No, nothing's harsh. Is get this speaker in, get that taken care of, get the tweeter wires over, and then I have to button up all the wiring here. So these are my inputs and outputs, and I just need to make the connections between these and those. These are my tweeter wires here. This is going to go up to the front along with the bass knob, and we'll get this all taken care of. The bass knob is just, that's not how it ran. It's just sitting there. We're going to run it with this wire. He wanted to see where it would reach. So that's all we have for you today. You guys go forth, be merry, have a wonderful night. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye. What do you got?
I saw this one.
Which one? Oh, that would be the best.
No, but this is like...
It's a pencil holder?
It's a pencil holder. It takes 9.5 hours.
Oh, we totally got to print it. Yeah, for sure. Oh, that's cool. Little gear shifter for Q-tips.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, right? Good day, everyone, and welcome. How's everybody doing? Hope everyone, it's Wednesday. Hope everyone's having a fantastic Wednesday.
Today's Tuesday.
No, today's Wednesday.
Today's Tuesday.
No, it's Wednesday. I'm pretty sure it's Wednesday. Afternoon.
Is that bad?
Good afternoon. This is the Caddy. The CT5 is done. We just got done tuning it. This one was fun because, like yesterday, we showed you this has a center channel. And so this was the first time we used the Mosconi center channel feature that they have built into their DSP. Nick Wingate helped us turn it on and showed how to use it. So we got to play with that today, which was a lot of fun. I don't know. I'm not. The next question is, what do you think? I'm not sold. But
I
What
would say it works.
you like it?
Yes. Like
Fernando had a lot more time with it than I did, so because I was in the passenger side of the car.
I heard it off and on.
Doing all the adjustments.
You can hear the difference for sure.
I was the eye doctor.
Yes.
He was the visually impaired individual.
I was the one that like, okay, hang on. Yeah, just take
So-
the whole guts, everything.
Yeah. There you go.
It was good. It works. So.
That's nice. So this has a full Focal audio in it. So it's got the new K2s with the frac tweeter, and they're all in the door. So here's the door. So the door, we have the factory is a 2-inch. We went with a frac tweeter, which is the K2 frac. It's a bigger tweeter. So mid-bass, K2 2-ohm mid-bass. So these are getting more power, which is definitely the case. In the back, what's so funny? What?
No, I was thinking like I can print this one for the kitchen, but
What?
I can't.
Live dudes? Oh yeah, totally. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have to make a keychain for Sebastian to give away at Secret Santa for tomorrow. So we're trying to decide: do we do 3D print? Do we do laser? It's.
What?
And then what do we do? Anyways, so Focal coaxials here in the back door. They're again running through the Mosconi using their what they call classic style, I believe. Classic rear fill is what it's called. So those are also going through their upmixer DSP portion. And so 810 back here, batteries right there, which is nice. Fuse holders located behind this panel here. But this went in, chilled out. The P500 is in now, so it fits in there really nice, easily to come out. So that's in there. Prop this back up. This is way more fun to look at. So this uses DC offset to turn on and off. So right now the car is in wake mode, and when the car is in wake mode like this, the amplifier is going to be on. Once you shut the door and lock it, the DC offset shuts off at about 2 minutes. Everything shuts down and goes to sleep, and that's it. What's going on, fellas? Hump day, for sure. Now that's nice. I agree. That's definitely the winner. So when using DC offset, that means you don't run a remote turn on, because it uses that to sense whether or not the car is up and ready to go. So in the background right now, the radio is actually on. It's just the screen is off. So that's what's being controlled from the keys, turning the screen on and off. All the body control modules and everything is up. So that means that the amplifier is sitting in rest mode. Most new amplifiers have that capability where when they're on but no signal is coming in, they draw the minimum amount of power necessary just to be ready. And once they get signal, then they go to a normal state of being used, depending on how much signal is coming over it. So that's nice. Bass knob went into the pocket that we were talking about. So this is where the bass knob went. Very nice. Slid right into place. Mounted it. All cool. So we can control that. And that's really about it. I mean, man. But don't you run a remote turn on anyway. So in this case, we run one just to be cautious. So there is one that is ran in case we ran into an issue with it. Yeah, so better to be safe than sorry. Always better to be safe than sorry. The other thing too, so like if you look at the power input on the amplifier, so we ran the remote turn on. This remote turn on is the out that goes off to the subwoofer. So the DSP controls most good DSP amplifiers will have an input and an output. You always want to use those. Hey guys from Arizona, getting any UFO, orbs, drones lately? No. So whatever they're looking for, they ain't looking for it over here yet. So we thought about putting ours up yesterday just to have some fun. But apparently those drones that they're using to search are really big. Did you see that? Like they're the size of like Volkswagens.
What?
I don't know why somebody used they're like the size of Volkswagen Bugs. They're big drones. Yeah, they're not little drones. Because apparently the rumor, if you guys are into rumors or into, which I am not, but if you're into the like I don't know deep state stuff, they're looking for dirty bombs that somebody lost. So I don't know. Somebody lost. Somebody's getting fired. Have you seen any yet? No, we haven't seen any. The other thing too is at nighttime I'm typically inside, so that could also be it.
Yeah, but like, how can you miss a drone that big?
I don't look up in the sky. Don't look up. I'm a firm believer. It was a great movie. Flying Cars, Steen. Oh, Christmas wish granted. I would agree. I would love that. Like, yeah. Hey, nice setup. My favorite amps. I love those two. Oh, it's the third garage, of course.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. But yeah. So that's what's going on. Cadillac's all set.
Christian.
Yep. This is gonna move on to its. The nice thing is because the factory radio has variable voltage out. It was a little hot, so we did have to set up the input in the amplifier to turn the input down, which was nice. So, but no, it turned out really really nice. I hope the customer loves it as much as we did. We've been playing it for what time? Dude, I think we listened to it for 2 hours. Easy 2 hours.
Yeah.
Oops, my bad. Flying cars sound like confusing traffic. I gotta vote against it. You're progress killers, man. Progress killers. Let's be honest. By the time we get to flying cars, everything's going to be controlled by a computer, and we're all going to die because someone will just crash the system and the cars will all just run into each other. So, you know. Can you imagine hearing a lot of bass from the sky? That would be interesting, but it would be tough because the weight. So, you know. Did you bridge the mid-bass? No bridging of the mid-bass on this. So how this is hooked up, because it's an 8 to 10, and you were like, okay, so one channel, so it's pairs. We're going to look at this as pairs. So one pair of channels is going to the tweeters, they're 4 ohm. One pair of channels are going to the mid-bass, they're 2 ohm. That's why we didn't bridge it. One pair of channels is going to the rear. One of the channels of the pair is going to the center channel, therefore the second channel is not being used. And we didn't bridge it because it's an AB class amplifier, and after discussing extensively with 3 different people at Orca, they were like, yeah, no, you're fine. Because if it was a class D, like, yes, we would have bridged it because the class Ds don't like open channels. But anyways, yeah, and then off to the subwoofer on the other the output channels. So I could see the complaints now. The 15-inch Wix mic, yeah, that's a good complaint. So, but yeah, so the nice thing is we don't have to bridge it for the 2 ohms. That's why they're called K2s, by the way. Kevlar 2 ohm, K2. Just consequently, there's a mountain that is referred to as K2. So we're already familiar with hearing it. But marketing-wise, probably a pretty good idea. Now, the only ones that aren't 2 ohm, I believe, are the K2Ms, which are 4 ohm. But they also have a 3-inch voice coil and a giant S magnet. So, yeah, there's that. Yeah, so. All right. Nothing is going on.
No.
What are you thinking?
No, this is the one that I was...
the mini cassette?
Yeah, it's 20 mm.
Oh, cool. All right. We'll pick a color. Do we still have the color in there? Did I pull the color out? Oh, no, I left the purple in. Cool. Oh, let's turn this on. Ah, cool. Printer's turning on, warming up. And we're going to print a little. So for those of you who were here in the beginning. Mary Lou. When do you bridge the mid-bass? When you have a 4 ohm mid-bass and you got an 8-channel amp. So like if we were doing, let's say Focal Flax, and we weren't doing a center channel, then we'd bridge the mid-bass. There again, it also depends on, it all depends. It's like, that's something you have to think about in system planning in the beginning. So in this case, when we planned the system out, we went, instead of going with the 6 to 10, we went with the 8 to 10, because at the time, we didn't know how we were going to integrate into this, and we knew that if we had to go after the amplifier, we were going to need the center channel to play, because you have to integrate the center channel. You cannot have an audio system that has an upmixed center channel and not integrate it into the system, because it will sound like crap. And then we just look at you and go, I guess you don't know what you're doing. So we wanted to make sure that when we plan this system out, if we were going to have to go after the amplifier, we could then take the signal from the center channel into the amplifier and out of the amplifier and keep whatever mixing was done. We didn't have to do that because we were able to go before the amplifier, but he'd already purchased the center channel and we already went with the 8 channel, so it's like, let's just keep the plan going. What's up, Bobby?
Thank you, Bobby.
We got your card today. I have not opened it yet. Ooh, we also got something in the other day, which I'm excited about. We haven't put out the video yet of us putting the Sony 9500 in Fernando's car, which we will, but we've already got to film a part 2 to it, because yesterday we got a box from iData, which is like super cool, but here they are. Mic 1s, baby. Oh yeah, look at that. We got mic 1s to play with. For those of you not familiar with the Mic 1 is on the new iData radio replacement harnesses, there's this little orange plug that hangs off of it. Mm-hmm. That is so that you can plug in a Mic 1 and retain the factory microphone. So these are scheduled to ship sometime in January, but they had a couple of them laying around, and I've been bugging them so that we could put one in Fernando's car. And then also, they sent us the updated RR2s. So this is the, it's just going to be a running change, but this is... What says in here? I don't know. It says factory microphone interface module. Yeah, I can read all 3 languages. Soon as they're updating the RR2, I think it's just a product update. I don't think it's not like a feature update. It's just new chips and new packaging.
Yeah.
I'll find out later, like, because I was kind of surprised, but they sent us the new RR2s. So we'll be pulling out Fernando's old RR2, putting in a new RR2, and putting in the Mic 1. And so let's do this, because everyone's going to want to be like, what is in the box, right? Because
what's in the box?
Everyone just assumes like they can cut the wire and plug in another microphone, and that's not the case.
So a tech tip of the day. You showed me this. I didn't know that.
Oh, right.
I always like open, the tape.
Cut the tape.
Cut the tape and open it. And I'm like, okay. And then when I saw you open it from the bottom, I'm like, oh, just for testing purposes, So you can open it, and then you can still put it back in.
Yeah.
But this is cool.
It's okay. It's like when you had to open a CD without,
So,
Anyways,
what's the CD?
Yeah, no doubt.
All right. This is your module.
So this is what's going to talk to all the different cars and allow us to integrate into your factory microphone.
Yeah.
And then there's a bag of parts, and inside the bag of parts, there is... Go ahead and open that one, because we got 3 of them, so it's okay.
Don't rip the bag,
you can rip the bag.
Okay. I'm excited now.
Yeah, but it'll still have tape on it, though. All right, so this is the orange plug that is going to plug into the orange plug that is on the new harnesses. They've been doing those harnesses for about a year now. So chances are, if you've got a radio, if you buy a current harness, or if you had one and you want to take out their microphone and put a different microphone in, more than likely yours will have it. And that is going to plug into this module here, and that will plug into the harness. Okay, and then there is a T-harness that they come with, which is right here. This T-harness is what's going to power up this. So on the RR and the RR2, this is already on there. So this will allow you to power the unit up, and then it has this little black plug right here that will power this. And then there is, I don't know what the red wire is for yet, so we'll just set that back down. But then we have these 3 harnesses here that are for different... These are for different radio manufacturers.
Right.
So the thinny one here is for Pioneer. One of these is for JVC Kenwood. One of them is for Alpine.
Sony.
But yeah, so they have little tags on them, and the tags tell you which one to use for your specific.
Right there. JVC, Kenwood, Sony, Alpine, because nobody.
It's just Alpine.
They're alone.
Yeah, they're all by themselves.
And then this is for Pioneer.
They're all alone too.
Yeah.
So we'll be using a lot of these.
Yeah.
So anyways, this is what it's going to take, this little brain box here. So yes, you'll have another little brain box to put somewhere. But
there you go.
There's no flashing required. There's no flashing. There's no USB. There's no nothing. It's all built in.
So as soon as you flash your RR2, it's going to tell you if you're going to use the Mic 1, just like when it tells you to use the D harnesses. I'm guessing. I don't know.
No, I think it'll just be an option. It'll add it to the options page, because you have like all the USB options and antenna options and all that fun stuff. So they'll probably just add it to the options page so that you know whether or not you want to buy it.
Talking about page, the page that you need to go, it's morelhifi.com, because it's still time. People, it's still time. You need to go and find some speakers for your car. Subwoofers maybe? I don't know, but I was thinking
say, where the
something
heck is
shallow
it?
right here, like this beautiful thing.
What about a small amplifier?
Small amplifier also.
These
There
will
you
make
go.
great little stocking stuffers
So-
if you have a big stocking.
So go to morelhifi.com. You want to see a picture of this beautiful shallow Ultimo power slim subwoofer? Just check it out here, Morel_America, or go to Facebook, Morel America Inc. Go like the page. What you guys doing? Seriously.
To answer your question, Bobby, no, I have not bought him a new creeper yet. It hasn't really been on my list of things to do lately. The thing is, I just typically forget about stuff like that until it's like, oh, yeah. You don't flash the mic, but you have to flash the RR. Correct. The RR or RR2, AR, any of the main modules, the units that do need to be flashed come with a USB in the box for you to flash it. So most of the accessory stuff like this does not have that. So yeah, there's no flashing required on these. You got it all back together?
Yeah.
Good job. Now it's not an open box. Has anyone brought in one of them tiny trucks from Japan? Actually, yeah, it's funny you should say that. Last night, Sue was asking me about the one we did last time, the white one with the red interior.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're here on Instagram. If you go back about 2 or 3 months, there's a little white one that we did. It's the thumbnail is of the little truck, but we've done 2 so far, and they're pretty cool. Love to have one.
All right, people.
All right, go pick up the kid. Is the Amp Pro AP4 FD31 still the go-to for Ford F-150 BO Unleashed? Yes, that one will work fine. There are 3 that are currently available, so you have 4. There's 4 that are currently available. You have the Amp Pro version of it. You also have the new iData version of it that just came out. Which is this one right here. No, that's not it. Where is my A to B? I think Sage has my A to B. That's the AR2. Sorry. But no, yes, there's an A to B for my data, there's the pack piece, there's the Mobridge piece, and there's the Nav TV piece. Pick one. Pick one. They'll all get you to the same road. Yeah, some probably will tell you theirs sounds better than the other one. I don't know. The one thing that the iData does that the pack does not is it takes your factory volume knob and makes it linear, because your factory Ford volume knob is not linear, meaning you turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up. Finally it gets, then it goes quiet to loud really fast. The iData piece does fix that. So if that's something that bothers you or will bother you, then go with the iData. Supposedly Nav TV is also working on fixing that, which means Mobridge will also fix it. On a Jeep Gladiator, DSR1 or Amp Pro. So DSR1, if those are my 2 options, I go DSR1 or iData on all of my Chryslers, so Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, all of that, because I think it works better. I just think it works better. I like also to take the factory amplifier out if it has one. Otherwise, it doesn't matter. It'll just reflash it. Now, there is a second choice now. If you wanted to, you can do an AR with the Arc Audio. If you want to go big boy DSP, you can go with the PSM Pro. That's backwards. Hang on, as I crush my glasses. You can go big boy PSM Pro right there. And with an AR, this has the same harnesses as the DSR1. We did a great comparison of it actually here on Instagram, I think like last week sometime, where we showed you the differences. But if you want a more advanced DSP, this guy, if you're cool with doing iPad, Android tablet style adjustments, the DSR1 still kicks butt on that. You can also skip the whole DSP thing and go directly into the Blackbird. So this guy right here, you can go directly into the Blackbird amplifier with an AR and be done with it. So that's 8 channels of DSP with 8 channels of power, 12 channels of DSP. So then you only have 1 box to put in. But if you've already got the amplifiers, then I can see where you might want to just go with a DSR1 or a PSM Pro and an AR. Bum, bum, bum. Hi, Dean. When tuning sub on DSP, should the bass knob connection be connected? Okay, so it's yes. Yes, have it on, have it turned up. Always tune with the subwoofer at its most obscene, not all the way up, obviously, but yeah, have the gain knob have the volume knob plugged in, and have it turned all the way up. Especially because some gain knobs do boost or have the option for boost, so that's why you want to make sure it's in and plugged in. Yeah, but or some also do like an effect on the subwoofer when you turn it up. So if when you're tuning it, you want to make sure it's in and working. Otherwise, you could run into problems down the road when you're done. I got a 5-channel in my car. There you go. I have the Alpine system from OEM. Can I leave the amp in? So if you want to leave the factory amp in when talking about amp pros and A to B and all that, no. Now, if you have a Gladiator, if you were talking about the Gladiator, yes. If you do an amp pro, if you do anything other than an amp pro, the amplifier has to come out. So if you're wanting to leave the factory amp in, that's amp pro stuff. Unless you're doing A to B, like for the other guy, the factory amp always has to come out. So, yeah. The Arc Audio amp has same harness as AR. Did I hear that correct? So the Arc Audio amplifier has the data connection for the AR. So you will buy an AR module, and then you're going to come out of the AR module data into that. So you would buy if you're interested in doing the AR into the Blackbird, just go to iData, Maestro, or maestro.com, and they'll tell you every piece that you need to get. Okay, so you can type in all your information, and there's a piece that you need to get from Arc Audio that's an RCA input. Ooh, thumbs up. And then the Blackbird. So there's 4 pieces you buy. You buy the harness for your car, the AR, the amplifier, and a special plug to RCA adapter that Arc makes. And that's it. Which is fun. It's really cool. All the way to 11. All the way to 11. All the way to 11. Your amplifiers go to 10. Ours go to 11. Because ours are better. And yes, if I ever made an amplifier, I would put an 11 on it, just so that everyone knows you're all the way to 11. And you're going to break this. Okay, cool. Thanks. Thanks for clarifying. You bet. Definitely going to look into Arc amp instead of VXI for wife's car. Do something different. Sounds cool. Definitely. Every time we talk about brands that I know there's cool stuff coming out next year, I always want to tell you guys, but we can't. So, but yeah, love the new cool stuff coming out. Okay. Arc all the way. Yeah, there you go. Good idea. Always a good idea. All right. Would you rather have an Arc amp or have 120 volt, 30 amp Arc into your body? I'd rather have an amplifier. I don't want to get arced. It hurts. You know, the wall sockets are not fun. So, but anyways, that's what we have happening today. I'm going to get going. I got to deliver this car. He probably wants to get out of his hotel. He's probably already out of his hotel. So this is off to the races. You guys have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.